Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to be talking about the battery isolator. Overall, I'm just going to give you guys a review of it. It's going to be a 1-year review of this product. There's really nothing bad I can say about it. I have the 150 watt, 150 amp unit, and overall, it's a great product. The reason why I bought it was that it was a very simple product. There were a lot of choices. There are a lot of choices as far as battery isolator is concerned, and I believe the highest amperage that this goes up to is about 150 amps. I haven't been looking at any of these products within the last year. They might have higher amperage units out there, but overall, the reason why I chose this was because it's a pretty easy unit to set up. The positive terminals, contacts terminals goes to the positive of the battery. The negative goes to your, I believe the negative goes to the all right, the positive goes to the positive battery, and then that positive goes to the positive of your auxiliary, and the ground goes to the car. And overall, it's a pretty easy way to set this up. It's pretty easy to set this up. The other units that I've seen has a line that goes to the alternator, and I just didn't want to fuss around with that. I'm sure if you guys are kind of knowledgeable about electrical, doing electrical work, that might not be an issue for you, but I'm not an electrician, so I didn't actually go that route. I might have been able to do it if I actually looked into it, but I wasn't going to go that route because I just wanted a simple setup, and this is a pretty simple setup. But if I could say anything negative about it, is that this unit is not waterproof and it's not water resistant. I've had issues as far as water getting into this unit, and that might be my fault because I actually put it close to an area under the hood where rainwater, any kind of water could actually get to this unit. Rainwater could actually get to this unit. All right guys, so like I was saying, the only issue I had with this unit overall is water getting into the unit. It's not sealed as far as being waterproof or water resistant. Yeah, it's not water resistant, so water has gone into this unit, and not this unit in particular, but a previous unit that I had, and you know, that might be an issue if you put it at a place under the hood where water might be dripping on it from rainwater or snow water or whatever. But as long as you keep it dry, you have absolutely no issues with that. And when I say water getting into unit, I've actually had these units. I've had like three of these units, and I've sealed them up as much as I can with Gorilla Tape, all around the edges, all around any kind of area where water could get into it, except for where the contacts are. And to be honest with you, that didn't help because water did seep into the contacts. When I say water getting seeped into the terminals, you know, when you do have issues with it, with water getting to it, there's gonna be a lot of water that gets into it, and you think those terminals are sealed tight. They're not sealed tight. So that's why I have tape all over this unit. But aside from that, the only complaint that I might have is that the terminals are kind of small, but they do actually work as they're supposed to. The terminals are really small, and if I had one thing that I think this unit could improve on is to make the terminals a lot larger. I mean, I'm pretty sure they conduct electricity as best they could, you know, at the amperage that they do conduct it at. But it just seems to me that those terminals were made, you know, could be made a little bit larger so that the contacts, there would be more contacts, surface area. The surface area would have more contacts with the lines. Just to end it, this has nothing to do with the unit, but it has something to do with the wiring. You probably should get about two gauge wiring on here, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about as far as the wiring is concerned. Right now, the wiring that I have are straight rigid copper wiring lines that I bought from the Home Depot, and I believe they're two or four TH and TH lines. I think that's what they are. But I had, previous to this, I had 2 gauge or 4 gauge lines where the lines are pretty much a bunch of different lines, a bunch of thin copper strings strung together into a 2 gauge, 4 gauge line, and they will singe. And when they do singe, they're not going to conduct that much electricity. So that's one of the issues that I had as far as the lines were concerned. I actually had to change the lines up to these lines because they kept on happening. I thought it might have been just the line itself. I bought the same lines over again. I thought those lines might be defective, but it happened where the little copper strands actually singe and it won't conduct electricity. It might conduct a little bit of electricity to your auxiliary batteries, but it didn't. So you know, these lines are not very bendable. So and they're really rigid lines, but they conduct electricity amazingly, and you won't have that issues with singeing as far as your cables being singed so much that it won't conduct electricity. So overall, I give this product a thumbs up. It does what it's supposed to do as long as you don't get water into the product. I've had this unit for about a year and it's worked pretty amazingly without any kind of issues. So I've actually placed this at a place under the trunk where you can't get water, where water does not drip onto the unit, and that's really, really important. The negatives is as far as the negatives are concerned, the contacts could be a little bit bigger, but that's the way it is. It is what it is as far as this unit is concerned. The other issue is the lines. If you guys can get lines for this unit, probably should get some of these rigid copper lines, TH copper lines from the Home Depot, because if you guys are going to use regular stranded lines where they pretty much mesh together, you know, hundreds of little stringed copper lines, they will singe on you, and you will have issues as far as getting conductivity from those lines after they get singed.